Well, we voted last week to add this meeting, didn't we?
Good evening. I'm going to call to order tonight's special meeting of the District 191 School Board. It is September 30th, 2021. The time is 6 p.m. We'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Director Alt, would you mind?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. We'll begin with approval of tonight's agenda. All those in favor, please say mark so by saying aye.
I'll move to.
I'm sorry, yes. I'm sorry. How about a motion to begin with tonight's approval? Of
So
tonight's
moved.
agenda? Moved by Director Chester, second by Director New. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any not in favor, please indicate by saying nay. Not hearing any. Tonight's agenda passes. We have one item of business under new business tonight. That is to certify the proposed tax levy payable in 2022 and set the date of the Truth in Taxation hearing. Bringing forth this recommendation will be Lisa Ryder, Executive Director of Business Services. Good night. Good evening, Ms. Ryder.
Thank you, Chair Miller, Dr. Battle, and board members. I appreciate tonight's meeting being called to certify the proposed property tax levy. This is a process that began on September 8th when sheets were delivered to districts. Our report this year is 39 pages, and during the month we have been working to basically make sure that all those lines are accurate for our data. And so during that period of time, we found that there was quite a few systemic matters that they needed to address at the MDE level. And as of today, there is a new printout in front of you, which is different by $6, because that just happens to be how it ran today. But it is reflective of all the large numbers that I have, worked with them to review and modify so that they're most accurate. As you take a look at this, this is a summary, page 30, that is in your packet. And it basically summarizes for you how much of the levy is for general, community service, general debt service, and the OPEB debt service. We are looking at a decline in the levy amount in total by about 6.13% this year. Largely, there's some excess debt, and we'll go into all the details when we go to December, when we have final numbers. But for September, what is before you is approval of this proposed property tax levy at the maximum. So if I might read that recommendation, that the Board of Education certify the proposed property tax levy for taxes payable in 2022 and authorize the clerk to execute the levy certification forms in the maximum amount, and to also schedule the Truth in Taxation hearing on December 9th, 2021 to be held during the regularly scheduled board meeting beginning at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, thank you for that. And I'll take a motion for the recommendation in front of us.
So moved.
Moved by Director Alt,
Second.
seconded by Director Chester. Any discussion or questions about the motion in front of us this evening? No questions? I will just ask one thing, Director Ryder, just for the sake of record, since we're having this meeting tonight, and we did not do this at a regular scheduled board meeting. We're having a special board meeting. Just for sake of record, we'll point out why we're doing it tonight again.
Yes, so we had this on the agenda for the 23rd, but at that point in time, the information related to our health and safety, which you had approved earlier when I submitted the application back in June, it was systemically not able to pull across to these levy documents. It finally took them doing it manually and forcing it, but they have the numbers in, and it was almost $400,000, so we didn't want to run this through without that being in the system.
Agreed. That is true, and that is what we mutually agreed to do, which is why we had the...
Today's the deadline.
Today is the deadline. After this is approved, assuming so, I will be scanning and emailing that off.
Correct. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, then we'll take a vote on the measure in front, or the motion in front of us. All those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any not in favor signal by saying nay. Not hearing any, the motion passes unanimously. With that, we end tonight's voted upon agenda, and I will call us adjourned. Thank you very much.